You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't good.
We're not talking about any integrity in
We
this
are
room.
trying to exploit a generation.
Ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD?
The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie under the table.
Yes, but that's irrelevant.
I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here.
It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere?
No,
There's potato
vampires.
vodka everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 136. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my illustrious co-host,
Adam Ham.
that's right, via the magic of the internet once again. Although it's not super magical, as it seems that oft recording this provides many issues for me when I am editing.
Yep.
Due to so if you want to go down like a Wikipedia hole or some sort of just Google searching hole, look up recording audio podcasts over the internet, and I forget what the technical term was it for. It's like audio drift or something, because apparently when you record audio on your computer, even though we're doing a Google Hangout live so that we can hear each other talking and recording our audio separately on our own computers, computer audios record at different speeds depending on your clock speed. So sometimes the audio doesn't line up perfectly, and I have to like manually go in and like move clips around. It is ridiculous.
That sounds horrible.
It is. It adds like an hour of work
But
because
it
I have
does
to
allow-
listen through the whole thing to make sure it's good.
But it does allow me to say, "Join me in the drift, bro."
All right.
So it's a Pacific Rim
welcome to
reference.
Born in the 80s, episode 136. I'm your host. I'm sorry, just making a clean break there in case I choose to cut Adam's witty repartee out.
Damn.
All right. So we're here. Adam is drunk, as I can tell.
I'm not drunk. This is
Oh.
actually my first cider, and it's like the last one remaining out of that pack of 6 that I
Oh, so
like
it's
for
just
like 3 weeks ago.
the remainder,
Yeah.
all that remains, the remains of the day.
I wanted to finish it off.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Apple, Angry Orchard apple
Yes.
cider. That's good stuff. I like cider. Cider's been like getting huge lately.
I
Like,
fucking
that's-
love cider.
I think a lot of people do because it's
I
like
like-
beer but tastier.
Exactly.
Although I like beer a lot too, but it's not as sweet, you know.
I don't really like beer. And I don't want to be hipster about it, but I kind of liked cider before it was cool, you know.
That's
so.
true. You liked cider years and years ago because you're
Yeah.
too much of a wuss to drink beer.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, whatever. To each his own.
Uh-huh.
So, what you been up to this week, Adam?
Watching a lot of stuff.
Watching stuff.
Yeah. I watched the movie Her.
Oh, the Spike Jones movie?
Yes, the Spike Jonze movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know what to think about that movie.
Was it good?
I liked it.
Did you enjoy your time?
I did. I'm not sure if I liked the ending.
Okay.
And I can't really get into the ending because it would basically spoil the entire movie.
Spoil the entire movie.
Yeah, but
Okay. Those
oh.
of you who are those that about to watch the movie Her, we salute you and say be prepared for a possibly bad ending.
Exactly. But I don't know. It seemed like the movie was trying to make a point, but I never really got what point it was trying to make.
All right.
Because it seems like it came at it from a couple different angles. And I'm not really sure. Yeah, at the end of the movie, I just wasn't sure what they were trying to say.
Okay, I got a question. Adam,
But-
having seen the movie Her by
Yes.
Spike Jones.
Yes.
Spike Jonze.
Spike Jonze.
It's like bronze, but
Mhm.
with a J instead of a BR.
Yes.
I don't know how that name came to be, where he is from,
Yeah.
but whatever. Anyway, my pressing question is, would you date a robot?
Well, that's the thing. The movie leaves it so where I'm not sure I would want to.
Oh, wow. The
But
movie is anti-robot love.
that's the thing. I'm not sure if it is or not because
Ah.
there's a lot of parts where it seems to be like pro robot love, and it's not, tell the truth, it's not even really robot. There's
Probo love?
it's just OS.
Okay.
It's like
So like
operating
Siri?
system. There's never a body involved. Yeah, basically it's Siri.
Oh.
Um,
It's not like
but-
Cortana from Halo? Where there's
No.
like a holographic representation?
there is no picture representation at all. It's all voice.
Well, if it's Scarlett Johansson, sign me up.
No kidding. She has an awesome, sexy voice.
She does. She definitely does. And she's also in a band.
Really?
Did you know that?
I didn't.
She's a singer in a band.
Wow.
And she's really actually pretty good. So
I bet. Yeah.
bully
Great
for
voice.
her.
But
So,
I
yes
think
or
I
no,
could.
Adam?
All right. If it was the her universe where there's no like body other than like a cell phone,
But would you well okay, yeah, continue, sorry.
then I would probably say no.
But what does it hurt? Because you're just like talking to fucking OS every day.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like
She's artificial intelligence, so
Yeah.
she has all the emotional depth of
Yeah.
a person.
yeah.
But I don't know if that would be quite enough if I couldn't like even see a face.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
aside from the sexual stuff, like even putting all that aside,
You
I-
could just turn the vibrate function of your phone on.
well, they have some interesting things they go into in the movie, but
Oh, really? That's that makes me want to see it more because that's
yeah, they handle some of that stuff.
Huh. All right.
But aside from the sexual stuff, I think I would just like to have a 3-dimensional something I could look at.
All right,
Maybe
let's-
hologram, maybe that might
Yeah.
do it. That might be enough. But if it was just a voice,
let's say this. How about this is 50 years in the future.
okay.
Adam's romantic life has not worked out. Or let's say this. You are happily married and are a widower. And you're looking for companionship.
Yeah.
You're like 70, I guess, because if it's 50, you're like 80.
Ah.
No, it's
So I'm probably already
2050.
dead then.
It's 2050. So
Okay.
let's say you're pushing 60, 70-ish.
All right.
You're
Okay.
alone. Robots have gotten to the quality of which that they are indistinguishable from humans.
Sure. Okay.
Would you have a robot girlfriend?
Why not? Sure.
I know, right? I see no problem with this.
Neither do I.
Oh my god. And you can have them look like whoever you want, so you can have it look like your dead wife, and that would be really weird.
No, I don't know if I'd go that far. Like, I don't know. I mean,
What if there's this person you had a crush on when you were younger, and then you made the robot look exactly like them, and it was not your ex-wife or dead wife?
yeah.
And then it would just be weird for everyone around you. Be like, that looks like that girl that he used to go to school with all those years ago.
That would be super awkward.
But it would be, well, be like, fuck it. I would say that. I'd be like, fuck it. I'm 70.
Well, I was gonna say,
I'm
if I
gonna
were
die
70,
soon.
yeah,
Give me this.
exactly.
Let me have this.
I'd have long since retreated into old man syndrome, where
That's true. I
where
have
no
fulfill-
fucks are given.
Yes. I have fulfilled my marital obligations, and I do not need to be hassled by those, all right? They
Yeah.
do not understand. You're not 70. Shut up.
Yeah,
Give me my robot love.
exactly.
You know, that actually brings up an interesting thing, though. Like, so if that did exist, do you think that like, actors and actresses could, like, get their license out their likeness to these robots?
I
Would
don't
you
see
do
why
that?
not. I wouldn't license a famous person. It would be
No,
too
but I mean,
weird.
would you license yourself out to? Let's say
No one wants this.
70-year-old Adam is an old movie star. No. Let's
No,
say,
no one wants to see this.
Let's say that Soylent works out.
Okay, all right.
You know, you start doing push-ups.
Yeah.
You start getting all fit,
Uh-huh.
and you become a movie star.
All right.
Adam, would you license your likeness out to sex robots? This is what I'm asking.
For the right price, yeah. I don't see why
Okay,
not.
all right. That's a good answer.
mean-
That's me too, man. Give me the right money.
Yeah, I mean,
do
I wouldn't do it for like nothing, but
Okay, so like you license it, and then like they're like, all right, here's your money, and then like some FedEx guy comes to your door and knocks on it and is like, hey, we got a package, and then it's a you robot. They gave you a free one.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It would be the weirdest thing in the entire world.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
It would make for some good three-ways, though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be weird then.
It wouldn't be weird.
It'd be kind of weird, but it would be less weird.
It would be awesome.
It would be weird in a different way. Because you'd be Eiffel Towering yourself. Which would be weird.
I don't know.
That
I would totally let my own sex robot do me. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, it's you.
It's you keep it in the not the family, but you keep it in the I don't know, personality.
I think I'd be weirded out too much by it. I don't know.
I think there'd be maybe it's because I'm a little bit narcissistic, but that would be awesome.
I'm not at all. So I think I would just be like, hey, John Sex Robot, put your dick away and do the fucking dishes. Because that's what I need done right now.
Well, that's true. Like, that would come first. Like,
yeah. It would be a manservant first.
Right.
And secondly, And of course the worst part would be that, like, my doppelganger sex robot, I'm sure would have, like, a 9-inch dong as well. Because they would just add that in. And then I would, like, see it naked and be like, God damn it.
I know. I'd be like,
oh. Really? I mean, I know they got to sell these things.
Right.
But, just, what could have been?
You get really passive-aggressive and, like, treat them like shit. Like, you're a better version of me. God damn it. Go clean out the bathroom.
I can't do that, John. And then he just takes over my life and murders me. And then it's 20 years in the future, 2070, and they're like, John hasn't aged. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And my robot's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy I don't age.
I don't know. By that time, I think we'll probably look like whatever we want to anyway.
That's true. But
I mean,
when you get to that point, it's going to be all genetic manipulation, body modification shit.
Yeah. You'll have, like, nanobots, like, doing, like, mini facelifts continuously on you and weird shit like that.
Constantly injecting Botox into your face.
Exactly.
Your face will never not be numb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Glorious future.
It sounds... I can't wait.
Yeah.
To be injected with poison. Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I'm glad you're on the pro-robot side of Robot Love. I mean, why not?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't that be? Yeah.
I'd buy one now.
Yeah, if it existed.
I already have a girlfriend.
I couldn't afford one now, but...
No. Well, they get you on the payment plan. How about that?
Yeah, all right.
Well, no, they like prorate them, and then it's because the sex robots spy on you, and like the NSA puts chips into them and stuff.
I don't know. If it was NSA, no way. If Google did it, maybe. I feel like they tailored my ad preferences to, like, when I'm talking to my robot.
It seems you have a lot of pizza boxes. Would you like to order pizza from Grubhub?
Yes, Robo-Me, I would.
Oh, thank you. You've accommodated my every need.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Then it would just be sad, though. Because then all of your Google ad, like, services will be really sad shit. like room organizer stuff. And, like, it'd start getting really passive-aggressive. Like, would you like healthy cooking classes? Because clearly you goddamn need them.
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait, though, to have a robot in my house doing things. I kind of want a Roomba just so I can say that I have dominion over a robot.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it would also freak the cats out. It would make me laugh.
That would be pretty
if I
awesome.
had one. Oh, my God. Life is happening.
Actually, kind of segueing from this, I also saw... I don't know if I heard you guys talking about it a while ago on a podcast or something, but tonight I was rewatching second and third Matrix movies.
Okay.
I didn't finish the third one because we had the podcast.
Because how
I'm, like,
could
halfway
you?
Through it.
Oh, okay.
No, what are you talking about?
That movie's bad.
I'm on the bandwagon that I like the second and third movie.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
I thought the second one was pretty good and okay. And the third
really
one
good.
lost me.
Well, okay, so that's where it gets kind of over Messiah-y, I guess.
It gets real preachy.
I can understand that.
Like the ending of Battlestar Galactica. Like that last 5 minutes of that show.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's like so robots are already taking over. Look at this Chevy robot making your car. Like, What?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
Battlestar.
a bit
You
much.
should have ended 5 minutes ago.
No,
Sorry.
but I was surprised how much I still enjoyed them. I said I haven't finished the third one yet. Again, I remembered most of it, kind of, but it had been a long time since I saw them. I really liked the second one. And yeah, the third one is... It's not as
some
good as the
cool
other two.
stuff.
But it's not bad.
I mean, the fight between the Smiths, the Agent Smiths and Neo is pretty cool.
Well, that was in the second one. Well, there's multiple ones, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the end was kind of neat. And
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet, but the rain battle, I remember.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's some cool stuff. But yeah,
Totally.
it kind of moved away from, like, being a science fiction mindfuck kind of movie into an action movie at that point.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I don't know. I like the science fiction-iness of the first one a lot. And then
Yeah.
the second one has a little bit less of it, and the third one has almost none of it because it just expects you to know the world that
Right.
they've built over 2 movies. And so none of it really is mind-blowing at that point.
I will say, in the second movie, the action parts were my favorite parts, but that's just because everything that's not action in that is kind of
Not
boring.
good.
Yeah, it's kind of not good.
But the action is probably 80% of the movie, so...
yeah, one thing I forgot was, like, how crazy that cave scene is. And, like, the scene with Neo and Trinity banging.
Yeah, it's an extended bang sequence.
It is pretty extended, and there are a lot of nipples in the cave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's,
what?
yeah, it's weird.
Listening to,
It's
like,
funny, too.
fucking POD or whatever weird band is playing.
Yeah, it's weird because they have, like, this kind of treble drum thing going, and everybody's just kind of dancing, and all of a sudden, wow, techno comes in, and it's like...
Orgy.
Orgy. And I was just like, whoa, I completely forgot about that.
That's
And I
right.
was thinking, it is such a shame that dubstep was not popular yet, because that would have been perfect for a
Yeah,
drop.
yeah, it's true.
That would have been the
Hadn't
drop
even been
moment.
invented at that time.
I know! How... It seems weird now that the Matrix movies don't have dubstep. They should.
That'd have been better.
We need them to go
We
back
need
and
a
George Lucas
dubstep
that
edit.
shit. We do. We need to George Lucas the shit and, like, dubstep it.
Put some Skrillex in that shit.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Okay, so that's... Do you watch anything else?
I watched a lot of TV show finales.
Ah,
Because there was, like, the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finale.
how'd that
and-
go? It's finally over.
Yeah.
The long, hard trek is over.
That show, I think, started getting kind of good, like, halfway through the season.
Did it? Okay, that's good.
And then it ended, and I was interested to see more. But it also has spoilers for Captain America movie, if you have not seen that.
Interesting.
Because they weave that kind of stuff in there. There's big changes that happen.
I have not
Yeah,
seen
there's
that.
stuff in there. Which is probably why it was a little bit more interesting, because they showed the fallout from that stuff.
Finally.
Yeah. And yeah, I pretty much everything ended.
Yeah. It's
like
that time of year. Summer approaches.
Blacklist, Arrow finale was pretty awesome.
I don't know how much Game of Thrones we have left. Maybe a couple episodes.
Not a lot.
And Mad Men's got 1 or 2 left.
Oh my god, Mad Men was so good these last couple weeks.
Yeah, the last one was pretty incredible.
After I guess maybe spoilers.
Mad Men.
But-
Stay up to date, people.
After Dawn kind of starts just like being a pussy and
Being whipped.
yeah, once he starts actually like, I'm gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
Then it gets like way better for me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, totally. Because he stops being whiny and he's like, all right,
it's
I fucked up. I just got to win him back. I know I can because I'm really good at this. And then my wife is going to have a 3-way with me, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago that I got to the point where I was just like, ugh. And I like waited a long time to watch those. And after I started watching that one, I was like, it was the one where it switched. And I was
Yep.
like, yes. And I watched like 3 in a row. I was like, oh, fuck, I want more.
Yeah, it was 2 episodes ago. It was kind of when, I guess,
Yeah.
Don had hit the drink again and was starting to be kind of a retread of before. And then, Freddie Rumsen
Yeah.
comes in, kicks his ass, and he's changed, and the show has gotten, good.
And Betty Draper is the worst. Or not anymore. She's not Draper anymore. But
No, Betty Francis.
Yes, she's the worst.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because I felt a little bad for her in the most recent episode.
know you. No, she's.
I
no.
just, yeah, she was being a bitch and he was being a dick. They both.
Yeah, I will say this is that was the first episode really where I've ever seen him kind of like being a dick though.
Well, it kind of flies off the handle,
Yeah.
because she brought up some topic he didn't want to talk about.
Well, he's a politician. She brought up.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like she did.
Yeah.
He didn't brief her on it.
No.
Like, how was she supposed to know?
Well, he's a politician. I don't know. Anyway,
it was clear that
Yeah.
he wasn't thinking. She thought, and this is where I kind of have to defend her a little bit because he didn't tell her anything about it because he just assumed she wouldn't bring up politics and things because she's a woman. Why would she bring up politics? And she was like, "No, I do care about these things. Actually, I speak Italian," which is an amazing line.
That is the best line.
She's like, "By the way, I speak Italian. I'm not dumb." And it's like, all right, calm down. But no, it's totally true though. I mean, I don't know.
Betty just does not handle
any
interaction, any kind of interaction well.
She's the type of person where anything isn't exactly the way they wanted it laid out.
Yeah.
They can't handle any change.
Yeah,
like something's off. They're off. It's over. They fly off the handle. Yeah, I know people like that. Everyone does.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but there was that Arrow. I think I just I watched the Grimm season finale, which was good.
Yeah.
I think that's most of Blacklist. I haven't really talked about that much.
You watch too many television shows.
That is true. I do watch too many television shows.
I can't think of a show that I've watched that has completed recently. I'm just watching Mad Men and Game of Thrones right now.
Hopefully, Newsroom will start up soon.
Yeah.
For I guess it's last season.
Yeah, he said they were finishing it, which is kind of sad, but whatever.
It is.
Yeah, it's had a good run. I'm looking forward to another season.
I'm definitely looking forward to another season.
They kind of tied up one of the biggest plot points at the end of the last season, so
that's true.
So I don't know if they can do multiple because they kind of have a will they won't they thing going on, and then at the end of the second season it's kind of resolved. So
that's never interested me in that show.
No, I know, but I mean like that was kind of a big thing, and now it's resolved. So
I guess
so they can't really do that this next season. So you know what I mean? They ending it is not terrible. I mean they'll think of something good to go out on.
Jeff Daniels is by far the best part of that show.
Oh, he's so good.
He is incredible.
And he's always been amazing and everything. But like, he's great.
Yeah,
and he does a great job in that show. And he's very likable, and he's also a dick. And the Sorkin dialogue, he pulls it off perfect. So it's all good. It's all good. And Olivia Moon. She's really good in that show too. Good for her. It's her first real big acting chops debut, and she does a pretty good job with it.
I guess it is. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
She hadn't really acted, big and stuff, and she does a pretty good job in that show.
She does.
Although I don't know how much of a stretch it is for her to act as a television personality. As, that's what her previous career was. So, but she does a good job.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, of being really funny and smart and cool. Anyway, so that's what you've been watching?
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I watched some stuff.
Okay.
I can't, honestly, let me think here. Movies that I watched. I don't really watch any movies. I didn't really watch a lot of TV besides what was on. But I did watch a show that was recommended to me via the Netflix Max recommendation system.
That's kind of cool system. I
it is, and usually it recommends me shit, so I don't like it because it's like, hey, here's some fucking bullshit show that you don't want to watch, or some weird, terrible movie that isn't a theater release movie. Like, but So it like narrowed it down, asked me to rate a bunch of titles, you know, so that I can get a better idea of what you do like and what you don't like. And then it narrowed it down. It was because usually it had only suggested movies, and I didn't really want to watch a movie. But then it offered TV shows. Like it said, like science fiction, fantasy television shows. So I was like, all right, let's do this. And I rated a whole bunch of shows and movies, and then bam, gives me a suggestion: X-Files.
Oh no!
And I was like, I've never seen the X-Files, and I watched the first episode of the X-Files.
Yeah,
I really like that show.
You're gone for a while now.
That show's
That's
really good.
It's like 7 seasons of... Yeah, I don't know. I will say I haven't really seen it in any kind of order. I picked up episodes here and there, and I thought some of them were good, and I thought some of them were kind of bad, and I never really felt the need to go back to it. But I bet if I did start from the beginning and started watching it, I'd probably really like it. It is
a really great premise, and that is the FBI agent Fox Mulder, who is very pro-alien.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then there is the
Truth is out there.
And then there is Scully, who is very pro-science and reason and doesn't like to take leaps, but she isn't completely closed off to the supernatural, but she needs the big sell. She needs the hard evidence, you know, but it's not always there. But and the pilot episode's great, actually. It does a really good job. It's kind of, you know, it reminds me a lot of Law and Order, but with a crazy alien twist.
I could be wrong, but one of the things I remember not liking about it was a lot of the episodes I saw, they investigated stuff, but they never really found anything out either for or against.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it always is, I think, in that show, and that's kind of the way the episode was that I saw.
See, where
you're kind of left to think of your own, like, which side are you on?
Yeah, no, I hate that bullshit, so I probably actually wouldn't like it.
That's the interesting thing, though, is that if you think about Mulder and Scully, you're the Scully and I'm the Mulder.
That's
it's
true.
Like you and me. If we were a detective force, I would be the truth is out there, and you would be the truth is in science.
Yep, I totally would.
Oh man, we gotta do it, you and me. We're opening up an investigation force.
Okay.
Yep.
What are you gonna call it?
We'll call ourselves Badge Force.
Badge Force.
That's a Simpsons reference.
Okay.
Do you remember that? They come up with that show that's Badge Force, where the policemen have badges, magical badges.
I don't remember that at all.
I can't remember what it's from. It's from an episode where they're pitching show ideas for like Krusty's like cartoons, and then there was like Badge Force was a suggestion, but it was canceled due to terribleness or something. I don't remember. Anyway, I don't know. What would we be? H&R Block. Oh shit, it's taken. Ham and Row. Let's see here. I don't know.
HR finding stuff.
HR finding stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. We got it.
Boom.
HR finding stuff. That's us.
Yep.
Oh shit. All right. So people, if you got suggestions for HR finding stuff, you got questions, comments, concerns, you can go to.
You got a case.
You can go to the website bornintheeighties.net, and Adam and I will get on your case.
Guaranteed.
What is this purchase receipt for Pro SoundCloud?
Are you looking at the emails?
Yes.
What
are you doing?
I had the SoundCloud thing that I signed up for, and we actually did get a thing for the podcast RSS thing, so I might go back and add some of our stuff to SoundCloud, maybe.
Oh, cool.
As another vector for which to peddle our auditory goods.
That's good. I've heard some fan chatter.
Yeah?
They like the show.
Good.
You and me.
Yeah.
We have a nice Michael Rappaport.
Sure.
I like to say that instead of rapport.
Because
they're kind of spelled the same way.
They are kind of spelled the same way.
All right. So I watched X-Files. I liked it a lot. Lauren and I'll probably watch more of that because it's a pretty good show, and it's all on Netflix. So booyah!
Yeah.
All right, Community
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
I had seen that coming.
I was hoping for 6 seasons in a movie.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not.
Well-
it's not completely over.
Yeah, they talked about shopping it, but I guess Dan Harmon was kind of like.
I think Dan Harmon's done.
I think he's done
so
being
I think
yo-yoed.
the show's done,
Yeah.
which is fair. I mean, Donald Glover left,
Yeah,
which is sad. Although I did like the way that he left.
Yes.
But I mean, that show is really good. I guess let's talk about Community because it's over. I'm saying it's over, dead and buried. I'm throwing the rose on the casket right now as it's being lowered in the grave.
Yes.
Maybe a hand will pop out of the top of it and the zombie will come out and they'll be renewed on TBS, but I doubt it.
Yep. I'm putting on my sunglasses to hide the tears.
Yep. It's a great show. I think it had a good run.
It did.
Looking back at the 4th season,
Yeah. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else seemed
I didn't hate it, but when you look back at it, it's like, this isn't nearly as good. It's not even close. Like, it's a different show, and that kind of shows you how much of an influence
It definitely had a
Dan
different
Harmon
vibe, yeah.
had on that show, because that 5th season was back to being really great. Like,
It was, yeah. Which is why it's so disappointing now that it's gone.
I know. I feel like if they would have kept Harmon, well, you know what? That show is never going to do well, though.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately, because I mean, when you have a show that references, does an entire episode as a parody of Ken Burns' Civil War with a pillow fight that like makes me laugh super hard because I love Ken Burns documentaries.
Yeah.
But like I am like 1%. I am like the this is the Dennis Miller quotient,
Mm-hmm.
Like that show is amazing and perfect for a very small subset of people.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy that they got as much of a run that they did, and there's always going to be plenty of episodes to rewatch because they had a pretty long run, so I'm happy. And I'm happy that NBC decided to give them that last season as well.
Me too.
Even though it was shortened, they let them do it, and it was really good. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad that it got to end that way. And they're all dead. According to the end of that show.
Which was amazing.
Oh, yes. If
Was
those
that
of you who
Meteor?
haven't seen Community, one of the characters, Abed, says to the camera that when we'll be back next year, and if we haven't, you can assume a meteor has crashed and killed all of us, and that's canon.
That's
So
canon.
we can imagine that Greendale was destroyed by a meteor, and they all died.
Yep.
That's sad, but, what a way to go.
Indeed.
What a way to go. So that's Community.
Yeah.
Yep. What was your favorite episode?
Oh man. It's so hard.
It is, because so many of the episodes are so great in their own ways.
It might be the second D&D one they did.
Okay.
I really like that. I like the D&D ones a lot.
Yeah, those
just
are
because of
pretty
how
fun.
ridiculous. They're pretty funny. And I as a D&D nerd too,
Yeah.
they're extra funny to me. And the reason it's not the first one is because I don't remember Dean Pelton having any part of the first one, or at least
No.
not a very big part. But his character in the second one Dean Pelton is...
Jim Rash
Yes,
really
he's-
put that character above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Yeah, he is incredible.
Yeah, that's real good. And that was some good stuff.
It's great, and I really enjoy all of his stuff in that episode, where him and Joel McHale are father and son.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah, for sure. I really liked. I think my favorite episode might have been, thinking back, the video game episode.
Oh wow!
Where they have to play a game to get I forget why. It was Chevy Chase's character's
It was his
fortune. Or,
It was his father's fortune.
Yeah, his father's fortune. Oh my God, his father.
Yeah, I know.
With his
Super racist.
ivory hair. Hairpiece made of like fucking elephant ivory.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that show had some amazing shit in it. And it really hit its stride around season 3. And season 3 was spectacular. Season 4 was a huge step back because it didn't go to those crazy links that did before. And then season 5 had a lot of great shit in it too. So
the first paintball episode too.
Yeah, because that kind of came out of nowhere.
It did,
and it was amazing.
That one was
just because
too.
They go crazy, and I love how when that happens in later episodes. They had the zombie episode, then they have in the newest season they had the lava floor episode. When they just remark like, this school is freaking stupid. we destroy the school every year with some crazy event thing, and they always mention that. And
didn't they have like the 5-star thing too? Where
that was a really good episode this year.
That was also really good.
Yeah, they had like a Facebook type friend
Star
rating
meter,
thing.
yeah.
So people would become however many stars based on their social popularity, and then the school I just love that because it reminds me of the way that kind of South Park works. When there's some kind of stupid like thing that gets invented, and then the entire world of all of South Park turns into just chaos and dystopia in like 2 seconds.
Right.
It's the same way with Greendale. It's like as soon as some friend rating app comes, like 20 hours later, like it's fucking apocalypse.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
It becomes the only thing in the world that matters.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be what do you think you'd be? I think I'd be a 3 and happy to be a 3.
I don't know if I'd be a 3. I might be a 2.
Oh.
And 2's treated kind of like trash, so I don't think I'd like that very much.
You'd have to fight your way up. Do you think you'd be in a forbidden romance with a 4?
Doubtful.
And it would just be like, bring them down to your level, and then, I don't know. Anyway, that show's great, and if you haven't watched that, it's pretty awesome, and it has a great ending, and that final episode actually when I watched it, I was like, you know what? For a final episode, I can live with that.
Yeah.
They tied up a lot of stuff. Everyone kind of was happy, and it was good. And that's going to be the last episode, so we better be happy with it.
Right.
All right.
Oh, there was one other thing I saw. It wasn't a TV show, but it was a trailer for one coming this fall that I am now super excited about.
What's that?
Flash is also coming out, too. I'm pretty excited about that. I hadn't really seen the trailer for that, but there's a trailer out for Fox's Constantine. Or wait, maybe it's Fox. I don't know. It's on some network.
I think it's Fox.
But DC is bringing Constantine to TV, and there's like a several minute long trailer for it, and it looks incredible.
Yeah?
It does. Did you hear any of that?
No, I had to run away for a second.
Okay.
I kicked the cat out of the room that was making a lot of noise. I
see.
Yeah.
No, there's a several minute long trailer that makes it look incredible.
Okay.
And I've read some, not a lot. I can't say I read a lot, but I've read some of the Hellblazer comics that Constantine's based on.
Uh-huh.
And this looks really good, and it seems to fit really well with what I've read. I like the Keanu Reeves movie too, but it was pretty far shot from the comics.
Okay.
Although I did enjoy it.
What's interesting? Was it? I think last week I was kind of down on Game of Thrones. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last week or was it the week before when I was into that? I don't remember. But
it was last week in the show, but it was 2 weeks ago, I think, in real life.
No, don't mess with our continuity, Adam.
I'm pulling back the veil.
Oh shit!
Transparency
the wall
for the fans.
Busted. No, I'm trying to record these the same week now because I no longer have to contend with not no longer, but with Lance. Sometimes he would just not be able to make it, and so I always wanted to have a week buffer so that I could get an episode in if I need to. But I know Adam, I got 2 nights I can record with Adam, so if he's got something going on one night, just can be free the other, or I'll know in advance, because Lance's schedule is kind of crazy, and he works real late, so he's a little bit harder to lock down. He's off doing whatever the hell he's doing now.
He's off on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, apparently. He's said he's too busy to be on the show, so we'll have him on when he's got some free time. But until then, you're stuck with Adam and me. And maybe Tyler.
Yep. I would like, if we can figure it out, I think it would be cool to have a
3-way?
3-man. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think there's a way.
I would totally be into a 3-way.
I think there's a way.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to talk to Tyler, though, because I think at the studio, they're able to do it.
Oh, okay.
So we'd be able to figure it out.
Cool.
But that's a future thing. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have anything else you want to talk about? I wanted to transition.
Okay. I was curious. Did you see the trailer?
No, I
Constantine?
didn't.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Hellblazer, though.
It doesn't matter. It looks badass. It looks kind of like Supernatural, which also had a finale.
Series finale or season?
No, season. They're keep on going, and they have a spin-off, Supernatural Bloodlines.
That show.
Yeah, actually, the season finale wasn't this week, but it's like
it's insane.
It's like the penultimate episode that was this week.
How many seasons is that?
The next season will be 10.
How many have I seen?
You have seen 7, I think.
The last season I saw was the Leviathan season.
That's season 7.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right. So I haven't seen 8, 9 yet. I'm 2 behind.
Well, fans don't know this, but you should be having a chance to come down and venture to Illinois soon. So
maybe we'll catch up. Yeah.
Maybe we'll catch up.
That's true. E3 coverage.
Gonna do daily mini cast. We could. Could we? I don't know.
We will.
If you bring some of your stuff, you could.
We have to.
Okay.
I want to, because and this is a good segue, is I want to do a lot more video game stuff.
Yeah.
On the show and on the website.
Good.
It's something I like to do and think about and talk about all week. So I might as well make it part of this. So get ready for a lot more video game news and discussion.
I need to play more. Hopefully I will be now that a lot of my shows have...
Well, and also, if we're going to do stuff for the podcast... I want you to keep up. So we're gonna institute. We're done with the TV and movie section. It's time for the game section, and we'll have a movie section later in this podcast. We talk about the movie Throne of Blood.
Our bi-weekly Criterion Theatre.
Criterion Theatre. Bi-weekly Criterion Theatre. Yep, that's the BWCT.
Yep.
Bi-weekly, and then bi-weekly is 2 words in the way that we do this. There's no hyphen. It's 2 words in this one. It's bi, space, weekly, Criterion, BWCCT. Bi-weekly Criterion. Bi-weekly Criterion Collection Theatre.
Okay. Well, it could be BWTCCT.
Bi-weekly what?
The
bi-weekly
Collection.
the Criterion Collection Theatre. Yes, I like that better. BWTCCT. All right. So that'll be coming up later in the podcast. All right. So, and I'll make a fancy audio intro for that possibly.
Sure.
I will, just because now that I've said it, it has to happen.
Awesome.
Or I'll edit this part out of the podcast and no one will know. But moving on. So video games section.
Cool.
All right, so a lot of stuff happened since we last recorded.
Yeah.
I think the biggest news being the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're from south of the border, the Xbox Uno, which I like better as a name. I don't know. I think it's still Xbox One down there, though, isn't it? Do you wonder?
Probably.
I wonder. Fans from Mexico, email us. All 0 of you.
You really think it's Xbox Uno and
it better
Mexico?
be. There's like frickin' Mexican video game websites like GameSpot.whatever.mx. What is Mexico's thing? But GameSpot.mx is like...
I don't know.
Is like, the Xbox Uno Nuestro. What's games in Spanish? I don't know.
juegos.
Nuestro juegos. But the news is the Xbox One is dropping this Kinect requirement of purchasing a console.
Yes, it's debundling the Kinect.
So the news came out. Two pieces of news came out that the Xbox will now have two different versions. The one with a Kinect for $500 and the one without a Kinect for $400. Same price as the PS4. And so, makes it a little bit easier to buy, but also, I don't know. I'm of two camps of this thing.
Well, I told you my opinion,
Yep.
but mine is that price drop is great. They need a price drop, but taking the Kinect out is not the way to do it, because that's the only thing that makes that a decent system at all.
Yep.
Compared to that PS4.
It's the differentiator.
I mean, it's a weaker system. It's got some cool multimedia stuff, I guess, if you use that. But like the whole point is being able to like use it for Kinect stuff and use Kinect for all these amazing things that are supposed to eventually come out.
Yeah.
Voice and recognize you to log in and stuff
Well,
like that.
it has all that,
stuff.
It
does. Well, yeah, it does. It does now, but I mean, those are the cool things. Those are the reasons I want an Xbox One.
Well, and they did talk about how they're going to have to redesign the UI to be able to be more controller friendly, because supposedly right now it doesn't work super great with a controller because
it's meant for voice.
a lot of times it's like Xbox Titanfall, and it will play the game Titanfall, and it works really well when it works, but it is kind of spotty from what I've heard. I don't personally have a console, but I've heard reports of it being good when it works, and it works pretty much 90% of the time, but and that would be the feature I would want most.
But now it's right now it's going to be a weaker system for the same price.
System specs are slightly worse than the PS4, and now it's the same price.
And also a lot of people are, due to the pretty, early jump ahead of the PS4, a lot of people are using PS4 for their lead development, which means that the games being made for Xbox One are usually a little bit shittier. They're ports.
Yep, most of the time, just a little bit worse.
So you're going to get a less popular system with less power without the defining feature at the same price, which is not a good
It's
move.
kind of like the Xbox One has been just a complete clinic in backing down from what you said. Because originally it was supposed to be no used games.
Right.
All games would be downloadable or disc form, and they would have like a CD key so that it would be licensed to your Xbox and your account when you bought a game, so you couldn't trade it in or whatever. And so that way it would be kind of cool because, you had it to your account, so if you lost the disc, you'd be able to download it and play it, and you wouldn't need the disc to play, and they had an ability where you could share games with your friends for they would get like a week trial of a game to if you wanted to and stuff like that.
And even like family accounts are that you could pretty much define your family and have like 5 copies of the game.
Yep, on every account, so it wouldn't be so weird. And they had all these great ideas, but that's not what people wanted.
Nope.
People were not ready for that, and that was start of the fall of the Xbox One.
It makes me wonder if they just stuck with their original plan, if it would be doing better now.
I don't know. They definitely wouldn't, because it's the price is what caused the PS4 to sell more.
That's true.
I mean, that's straight up it. It's $100 cheaper, and it plays 90% of the same games.
I recently saw, I think it was Fry's or something like that. They had a deal for like a $350 PS4 and like a $430 Xbox One with Kinect.
Yeah. Well, they've had some sales like that, but those have maybe being pressured by these stores wanting to get these fucking boxes that have been sitting around for months out of their store.
I know. I don't know. Like I said, I think a price drop is a good thing. I think that taking the Kinect out is a bad idea.
Okay, so I think it's great in the way that they are listening to what fans are saying. And they're saying, I don't want to pay $100 for the Kinect because there's not a lot of games out for it, and I don't think there will be any games that I want to play on the Kinect. So why am I paying an extra $100 for this thing?
That's true.
And so they're like, okay, you know what? You don't have to have it, all right? They're reacting to what, that's a very quick reaction to what fans have been saying, to their to their whole bluster about the Kinect being required and necessary for a console. You know, and that's awesome that a company is going to admit, all right, you know what? Maybe not everyone wants a Kinect, so let's put it out without this piece of hardware. And that's a good thing, you know, that a company is listening to us. You know, they are making changes from their original plan to be more in line with what people actually want, which is smart.
It is smart, I guess. I think I might be kind of an edge case in this scenario because
but the caveat is when you have a company that's constantly saying this is what they think the future is, and then being like, oh, that's not what people want, so we're gonna back away. And it's like, it's really hard to trust a company that's like, okay, we've got this vision, and then they're like, oh, nobody agrees with that vision, oh, let's back away. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's not the way to innovate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you think Apple's like, oh, people don't like the fact that our platform's closed, we gotta open it up and change all this stuff? It's like, no, they have their thing and they sell it the way they want it, and it does well. You know,
it does, but then the problem comes in. You know, what if Microsoft decided to stick with their things and then just nobody bought it?
I mean,
that doesn't do them any good because they run it for money.
Yeah.
So
it's tough. And they're in a kind of a tough situation there. I feel like, honestly, the best way would have been just a $50 price drop and keep the Kinect. And honestly, I think that they should have just taken the hit, you know.
Yeah.
And it could have been really as simply as even not doing a price drop and bundling like 5 games in it. Like all the Microsoft first-party games that came out last year. Like, you know what I mean? Just saying you get, you know, you get Forza Horizon, you get, you know, Rise, Son of Rome, you get all of these Xbox exclusive games included in, you know, and then it's a little bit like, oh, well, I don't know. The price proposition becomes a little better then, I guess.
It's hard to say without looking at the spreadsheets and like seeing how much are they going to lose by doing that, or how much are they going to lose by.
But if anything has shown us the way that the console cycles have gone lately is that if you're not in the lead, you're fucked. Like that's what happened with the PS3.
Well, the PS3 ended up selling nearly as many consoles overall, just because the cycle was so long. People end up buying it. I don't know. It's hard to say if it'll really hurt them in the long run, but
I think that, I mean, this is something that has always happened with consoles, all the way back to the Nintendo. I mean, like consoles are sold at a loss. You know, these consoles cost as much, if not a little bit more, than where they're selling them for them to produce, because they make their money off of people using them and buying shit for them.
Well, yeah,
the games are where the money is from.
You still can't take a big loss though,
no,
because that starts eating out of the.
But I don't know. I mean,
other profit.
I mean, it could be, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think it's simultaneously a smart move, but it doesn't make me want one even more.
I just want to see Nintendo do something not fucking stupid. Because I shouldn't say that. Like they
announced this E3. We'll talk about it when E3 comes around with our Born in the 80s E3 coverage. But Nintendo supposedly said that they're working on new hardware, so we will see what that is.
I hope so.
Whether that's another redress of the 3DS or some sort of Wii U SKU difference, who knows?
It's kind of weird because I consider everything from the Wii on kind of a failure. But, I mean, I know the Wii was not a failure. The Wii was gangbusters for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't what I wanted.
No.
And the Wii U apparently is what nobody wants, because people who have Wiis are like, well, you know, this is what we wanted and we still have it and it's still fine for what we want, because they don't want new graphics and new shit. They just want fucking more Wii games.
They want Wii Sports.
Yeah.
To play with their family.
And they already have that with the Wii, so they're not buying it. And then the hardcore guys never liked it in the first place, so they're not buying it. And this generation for them has been just...
We'll see.
You know,
I
terrible.
think that the Wii U is going to be a little bit more of a comeback story this year. Supposedly Mario Party, or Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart's really good. And people are like, oh my god, they actually, like... made a good Mario Kart game where you have a controller instead of fucking motion controls. So,
this is what pisses me off about Nintendo, though, is that they are amazing at software stuff, but they haven't been good at hardware for a long
Not
time.
since the
Just
GameCube.
like if they would just fucking give up the console and just make software for other consoles,
I don't
that
know.
would be because here's the thing. I want to play a lot of the games they make. I want to play all of the Zelda games.
Yeah.
I want to play the Mario games. I want to play Mario Kart. I want to play that shit. But I'm not buying a console, even if it's $150 cheaper than the other ones. I'm not going to buy it for 3 games.
Yeah.
4 games, maybe.
That's totally
I can't
true.
make myself do that.
No, there isn't enough to make. I really kind of want to buy a Wii U.
I know, but I can't. I can't make myself do it. Even though it's not a ton of money, I can't do it for like 3 or 4 games.
It's not
It'll
justifiable at this point.
No, it'll just sit on my, entertainment center, and I'll never use it.
Yeah.
Ever.
I really want to play that new Mario Kart, though. And I really want to play the Super Mario World game. I mean,
if they would just make software for the other consoles,
well, they're
I
talking
can't imagine.
about mobile games they're working on.
I don't give a fuck about mobile games. I just don't. I mean, I know the 3DS is super popular, amazing, everybody loves it.
Well, they're talking about phone games.
God.
Well, this is okay, Nintendo has the way to make bazillions of dollars, and that is releasing the Virtual Console on the app stores. They put out the Virtual Console on the iPhone, iPad, Android operating system, and
who wants
people
to play
can buy
goddamn
Mario
on a phone?
I know, but they pack in Super Mario Brothers for free with that, and everyone will fucking download that app.
I wouldn't.
I know, but those Grand Theft Auto remakes that Rockstar made for the app stores are constantly in the top 10s.
Why do people want to play that shit on their phone?
I know, and because it doesn't play very well either on a phone.
No, I don't.
But people just want it. I mean, that's what Nintendo has. They have the software library and the names and the recognition to make a ton of money. They just don't have a way to get it to people.
They can make money. It can make a bajillion dollars if they put them out for PS4 and Xbox One. They would make so much money, it would be ridiculous. They would be swimming in Scrooge McDuck gold piles. But I understand they're a Japanese company.
That would be defeat, Adam.
No, that's what I'm talking about. But I mean, phones are a big deal there, and they're better than the phones we have here, and they're super fucking amazing and all that. So maybe they're a little bit better in that regard. And everybody uses them, I know, and everybody uses 3DS on commutes and over trains and shit. But I really want an actual console.
Miyamoto is going to fall on his sword.
Is he gone?
His fucking Zelda sword, his master sword. He's going to commit harakiri with the master sword once the fucking Nintendo gives up their consoles. I don't know. We'll see. The 3DS is amazing. That is for certain. I fucking love the 3DS.
Everybody does.
It plays so well, and there's so many good games for it. And it looks great. I mean, when you hold that in your hand and you got close to GameCube quality graphics and playing Mario games, you're like, this is fun.
I don't want to play it on a 4-inch screen, though. I want to play it on my 50-inch LED awesome screen. Why won't they do that for me? Why won't they do that for me?
I don't know, Adam. Buy a Wii U. That's what they'll say.
I can't be the only one.
No, you're not.
Got to be.
I don't have a Wii U. I want one though. Well, we'll see if we can get. Let's see. If we start doing a lot more games coverage, hopefully, video game companies will send us stuff.
The thing is, I don't even.
Maybe you can get a free Wii U, and they can win you over.
See, that's even the thing. I say I want a Wii U to play those games, but I don't even really want a Wii U. Everything about that console I don't want. There's nothing about that console that looks appealing to me. None of it, other than the fact that it would allow me to play their software,
I really like
which
the
is great.
gamepad with a screen in it.
Fuck it, I don't care. I don't want it. I don't want that. Why do I even want that? No, I want a Super NES controller that I can play their games on.
Oh, I bought an USB NES controller and a USB Super Nintendo controller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I can play games and record it. I have some ideas for some series. Some video series that I'll be putting up.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
cool.
They'll be good. One of them will be called I Hate Mario. I've already come up with the name.
Are you gonna play the Lost levels?
No, I'm gonna play every Mario game.
Oh wow!
Every game with Mario in it,
including like the Jumpman.
Oh yeah,
games. Nice.
I wonder. I don't know if I want to say this, but I kind of want to say I want to play and beat every Mario game.
Oh, don't even. That is.
Dun dun dun.
That is not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna. Well, you know what? I've got this. The series is decided. I just thought of it now. I'm gonna play every Mario game up until the point where I say I hate Mario, and then I will stop playing. I will test my limits of enjoying Mario.
Are you gonna play and beat every Mario game until you say you hate Mario, or are you just gonna
I'm gonna try and beat them, and if I don't hate the game, then I won't stop playing it. But if I get to the point where I'm dying inside, then I will stop.
You shouldn't say play every game with Mario in it, because there's probably gonna be a bunch of fucking like.
Oh, I know.
There's gotta be like anything that just even shows Mario in it.
Oh well.
Like fucking Game Boy games.
Mario's got to be playable, all right.
Well, like
Mario's my avatar.
There's okay. Well, yeah, but there's like a bunch of Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games.
Know.
And
we got Mario Golf. You got to play that.
Man, you're a stronger man than I.
Well,
I would not make such a claim.
I will test my might, Mortal Kombat style.
Test your might.
Cut my teeth on Mario. I guess what the first game, should it be Donkey Kong? I suppose it has to be.
Yeah, I think so.
That's Inception. Yeah. That's Marioception.
So you gotta get a kill screen on that.
No.
Until you hate it.
I will never get that. But so Mario, did you know Donkey Kong? Do you know how Donkey Kong was originally conceived?
No,
I'll throw a tidbit of info. So Shigeru Miyamoto, Nintendo was having trouble in the arcades. They had to put out a bunch of games that were, a lot of them were Space Invaders kind of knockoffs and stuff. There was the Radar Scope game, which was like a Sub Commander game that was really cool, but and it kind of had you had like a periscope. If you ever look up the box, I don't remember the damn name of this console, the arcade game, but it had like the periscope, and you look down it, and it would show like zoomed in screen on spot. It was pretty neat actually, but that wasn't doing super well, and so they were hoping to get some sort of licensing deals to use licensed characters in their games to draw more support, and they were going to have Popeye, and Olive Oil was kidnapped by Bluto, who was trying to stop Popeye from getting up a series of scaffolds while throwing barrels at him, and negotiations for licensing took far too long, and the game needed to get put out. So they changed it into kind of a King Kong type character, and made a little guy with a handyman outfit, and the rest was history. Then Donkey Kong came out, and of course they were sued by NBC, or not NBC, but Universal Studios for the rights of Donkey Kong, of King Kong. They sued Nintendo in the U.S. and it was killer. It was going to destroy them. They wanted millions because they said they'd infringed on the likeness of King Kong, their creation.
But King Kong is a big monkey. It's kind of hard to just call that a likeness.
But they did use the word Kong in the name.
Yeah, but he's so much smaller. He's like the same size as the princess.
But here it is. This is an amazing bit of lawyership, and I fucking gotta think. I gotta look up this guy's name. So give me a second here. Because I want to tell this story
accurately.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I can't remember the damn name of the guy. Here we go. Lawsuits. Okay. Universal Studios versus Nintendo Company. MCA and Universal Studios said that the game's success was based on Universal's popularity of King Kong. So they sued them, and Nintendo's lawyer at the time. Oh shit! It doesn't have his damn name.
Did you use E.T. as a reference, saying that E.T. is the most popular shit around and nobody fucking likes it?
Yeah, maybe.
Likeness had nothing to do with it. That was kind of interesting news that they actually found all those cartridges.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't know if we talked about that or not, but
Yeah. Howard Lincoln. God, it took me forever to think of his damn name.
Howard Lincoln.
Yeah, so he was a friend of some of the people that worked at Nintendo of America, and they had given him the lawsuit because they were, what do we do? So this is amazing because it fucking annihilated everything. They looked it up. Universal Studios had never trademarked King Kong.
Fucking awesome.
They didn't even know that they didn't have the license for King Kong.
Public domain.
So King Kong had fallen into public domain because no one had trademarked or licensed it since the original movie came out in the 30s. So they said, hey, guess what? Objection. Phoenix Wright style. And hey, guess what? Fuck you. You don't own this. It's public property. And the judge immediately gave the case to Nintendo, and Universal Studios had to pay them legal fees in the millions. So suck on that. And Donkey Kong is what made Nintendo.
Wow.
It is literally the game that made Nintendo.
Yeah. You'd think a company like Universal that had tons of lawyers and was suing for millions of dollars would at least check, see if they actually had the rights before they did that.
That's usually the way it is. And maybe they knew that. But I think that their idea was Nintendo is going to settle out of court and we'll get $1 million out of them. Maybe a couple million for the licensing fees. And we'll be happy and we've made some money. Nobody is going to check into it that far, or, just because we didn't trademark it doesn't mean it's obvious we didn't make it. But
yeah,
according to the law, they had no legal rights, so... Yeah,
I would think the size of the gorilla alone would be enough to...
Adam is just hung up on gorilla size.
Well, you can't be, using the likeness of King Kong if it's, just slightly bigger than the princess. And he's not even, clinging on a building. He's just fucking standing on girders.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was...
Sounds like a bullshit lawsuit anyway. Even if they did own the rights.
Definitely. The game just annihilated the U.S. Let's see here. By October 1982, they were selling 4,000 arcade cabinets a month. And by June of the next year, they had sold 60,000 Donkey Kong machines and raked over $180 million off of Donkey Kong.
Oh my god.
It just annihilated. And they used the profits to buy a huge amount of land in Redmond to make the Nintendo of America building. Literally, Donkey Kong is the house Nintendo was built on.
In America,
at least. And they didn't really have a lot in Japan either. And it was huge in Japan as well. But, it was really what took off in America.
That's crazy.
So, there it is. And after that, Nintendo, of course, always had the Game & Watch stuff in Japan But
I never really got that. My first exposure to him was in Smash Brothers, and I never really got his deal. Apparently, he likes to fry bacon or something. I don't know.
Watch. No, that's just one of the Game & Watch games.
Oh, okay.
They're ridiculous. Let's see here. Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto developed that. It's one of his first games he developed ever.
Game & Watch or?
No. Sorry.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what his first game was. Miyamoto created the art for their first coin-op game named Sheriff, which was just a game where you, if you've seen the game, you're a little sheriff guy in the middle and you have to shoot bad guys that are running around the outsides.
Is that the one that was in Back to the Future?
Maybe.
Part 2?
I don't even know what that is. Could be.
Okay.
Let's see here. But yeah, his first real full-on game was Donkey Kong, and and then he just made everything good for them.
No wonder he was president.
He's never president
or CEO.
Never CEO.
I thought he was CEO.
He's just the lead designer.
Lead designer guy.
Yep.
Who's the president?
He's the director of development. No, the president's some fucking business guy.
Oh,
it's always been that way.
Yeah, you're right.
They have the business people do the business stuff. They have the video game creators run their studios, which is why all of their video games are so good. But for some reason, on the business end, they can't figure out a way to make money.
Yeah, they've been posting losses every year for a while.
Yep. They have. Okay. So that was another thing. That was video games. That was video games news. Did you have anything? That's kind of the big stuff that happened.
No, other than I'm excited for Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah, Watch Dogs will be out
27th, I think.
Yeah. We'll be able to talk about that in a couple weeks.
And Transistor.
Yeah, I don't know how excited I am for. I did too, but I wasn't as blown away with it, I guess, as some people were.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty
really good. This one actually looks better to me because it has kind of a strategy type element to it, where you're
Bastion being Supergiant Games like first big hit.
Greg Kasavin and company.
Yeah, they made it's kind of a top-down platform / action fighting game.
I think you'd call it isometric.
Isometric view, yeah.
Action game
where you're kind of Yeah, it's just cool. It has a great art style, a cool narration, amazing music, and pretty good gameplay. So it did really well.
It was definitely good on style and gameplay. I kind of had a hard time getting through it because I am a perfectionist, and there are like challenges in there that I want to complete, and so I just kept trying them over and over again and failing and being pissed at myself.
All right. Yeah. Wait, I have other news. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about that is video game related. Adam knows because I share an email chain with him with topics for every episode that we're going to move to Evernote because I just started sending out like one-word things to Adam.
Yeah, it got a little frustrating at the end.
I started just sending out small things just because. All right, so I wanted to get into a little bit of a rant mode here.
All right.
Kickstarter.
Now, I didn't say anything before the podcast because I want to. You sound like you want to go after Kickstarter. I like Kickstarter.
I'm done. It's stupid and I hate it.
Why?
Kickstarter's bad.
I don't think so.
And the reason why Kickstarter is bad is because Kickstarter is exactly what's wrong with America.
Oh my god.
No, because the Kickstarter is, rather than coming up with an idea and going through the typical channels of finding investors or going on your own to make something, you get everyone to fund the game before you make it. And then, in the case of one of the games that I sent to you, Clang, by Subutai Corporation, they don't make the game. And who knows if it'll ever come out. And they took $500,000 from people. And game estimated delivery February 2013.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since it was funded, and the game doesn't exist. They said they ran out of money in one of their most recent updates, and they're looking for investors. So, ba-bam.
Yep.
Pretty terrible. No, I don't like it because a lot of times, to me, I mean, there are obviously exceptions to this. But a lot of times, to me, you know, Kickstarter seems... it's gotten past the point where it was, like, good projects doing cool stuff. The point where it seems like everyone and their goddamn mother is putting out like, oh, look here's 8,000 board games that people are making that they want people to fund. Like, gone is the time of people making something that's legitimately awesome and it getting found and picked up. It's now where Kickstarter is that. Kickstarter is the beginning of their journey now, and I hate it. I hate all the fucking reward levels, the backing shit, the fucking... It sucks. I mean, there are Kickstarters, like I have backed the Star Command Kickstarter, and that game came out, and I don't like it. And I paid $25 for it, apparently, now that I'm seeing. Well, I paid $25 for the game. So this Kickstarter was successfully funded August 8th, 2012. They had already made Star Command for iOS and Android. and they wanted to make a PC Mac version. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this Star Command game because it seems cool. It's kind of like a Star Trek-y type game. Looked pretty neat. So I backed it at $25. More than the regular level of 10. I don't know what I was thinking. Because it came with an exclusive in-game room, an in-game pet, game credit listing, soundtrack, and the ebook of the making of. This is 2012. The game is not out.
Okay.
It is out for the iOS, but it is not out for the computer. And it was supposed to be out a year ago.
So this is not happening?
They're working on it. I get updates all the time about how much trouble they're having porting it and how they're working really hard on it still. And they're staffing up still. Who fucking knows? But it's the point where I was super excited about this game, and now it's like, I don't even get... When it comes out, probably by the end of this year, hopefully, I'm not going to give a shit anymore. A lot of times this seems like this seems like charity. Like, people are like, I had a cool idea for something, so
that's the thing. I think
pay me to make it for a year.
I think you're misunderstanding Kickstarter. Kickstarter is charity. It doesn't seem like charity. It is charity. It says it's a donation, and that all entries should be counted as donations, or thought of as donations. It is a donation service.
I guess part of what I don't like about Kickstarter is that it seems like Kickstarter is now a store.
It's not, though.
Oh, I want that, but that's what it's becoming. It's all like, here's these
it's not even becoming
tangible
that.
Items.
You're trying to look at it like that, but you can't look at it like that because it's not a store. Nothing is guaranteed. You have to go into it with that thing, and that's why
which is why I think it's bullshit. It's like, why would anyone want to throw money at something that might not come out?
Because sometimes people just want to do that because they believe in the idea.
It's a waste of money and a waste of time.
For you.
If there's a cool Kickstarter game, I will buy it when it comes out.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing wrong with Kickstarter either.
I guess I don't have a problem with Kickstarter as much as the people that back everything underneath the sun.
I don't back everything under the sun, but I do back a lot of stuff and stuff I'm interested in. Some of it I haven't got yet. Some of it I have.
What have I backed?
I haven't ever been really disappointed.
I have backed the Idle Thumbs video game podcast. I backed Murder by Death, a band that I like, and I paid $30, and I got the album, which is exactly what I wanted. Star Command I kickstarted. Still haven't gotten that. Pathfinder Online I kickstarted for some reason. We'll see if that ever comes out. I kickstarted Joey Broyles' music video. That's out. Burn the money. You can watch that on YouTube. And Frog Fractions 2 I did, because I love that game so much as the first one. And I'm pretty certain that's going to be fun. But that's it. I don't kickstart anything anyway, so I guess I'm just arguing over something that I don't even take part of in anyway.
Well, there you go.
But it's just ridiculous, because I see a lot of friends that I have that back, like, seriously a million things.
I've backed maybe 15.
I have this guy that is on my Facebook that is backing Nerd Wax. Do you know what Nerd Wax is?
No, I don't.
It's glasses wax.
Okay.
Yep. It's you put some wax on your glasses, on like the fucking eye parts, like where your nose goes.
Is that like that car stuff? That stuff that's like runs off of it?
No. Oh. You put it on like the I guess the nose piece holders, and it keeps glasses from sliding down your nose.
Oh. Okay.
Someone backed this.
All right.
Someone backed this, Adam.
Yeah.
And the problem I have with Kickstarter, I'm sorry, Nerdwax, but this seems like a ridiculous product that nobody needs, and people are paying $15 to get one tube of Nerdwax. It's a chapstick, basically, looking thing.
But who is it hurting? I mean, people want that wax. If they want the wax,
ruining the world.
It's not. How is it ruining the world?
Because
Explain.
there's fucking people that do this Kickstarter shit now, and it's awful. Can't we kickstart saving the planet? Can we kickstart global climate change? This is the TED Talk syndrome, where it's people are more interested in thinking about things than actually doing things. Because people back stuff because they think it's cool to be a part of something.
No, that's not why I back stuff. I usually back stuff because I want things.
Well, and I want things too, but I'll buy it when it comes out.
And I prefer to have some of the extras that come with Kickstarting things.
I think there are never enough extras.
I usually only back it from people I trust, though. Companies that I trust and have done stuff before. Or they're already, have working models.
I've given up on Kickstarter.
Okay. I have not. I don't see anything wrong with it, and I think you're going super negative on this.
I think we'll have 5 or 6 more epic failures.
I certainly don't see it ruining the world. There have been more than 5 or 6 failures on Kickstarter.
Well, some big ones. Star Citizen, I'm looking at you.
I don't even know if that was Kickstarter. I don't think it is Kickstarter. They have their own thing going on there.
It was originally Kickstarter, but they continued their own thing.
Oh, okay.
We'll see where that goes.
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with crowdfunding. I just crowdfunded, not on Kickstarter, but I funded season 3 for Tabletop, which is a show Wil Wheaton does on YouTube and the Geek and Sundry Network.
Yeah.
I am totally happy giving him $15-20 so that I can see more episodes of that. I'm totally cool with that.
And I think you're crazy.
And why? Why would I be crazy?
I don't know.
I want to see those episodes. I want to help make that happen.
Oh, that's you.
And it's been funded now, and I trust Wil Wheaton to make more because I know he likes making the show. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I may get a bonus episode or something for backing it at the $15 level or something. I don't know. But yeah, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's great, in fact, because otherwise the show would not get made. It was funded by some kind of Google initiative thing they had going on for YouTube. Wasn't going to happen otherwise. Now it can. And I'm happy that it can. And, in fact, because it funded beyond that, they're making a one based on RPGs. They'll be playing some different RPGs, which I'm totally interested in. And that makes me happy. So why is that bad?
I don't know.
Exactly. I win.
I just... I don't get the Wil Wheaton appeal, I guess.
I'm not... Well, that's the whole different matter. That is... You're trying to shift the subject here.
I'm just saying...
I like Wil Wheaton. I'll say that.
He's kind of a douchebag.
His whole motto is don't be a dick.
But he is a dick, though.
Not really.
I've seen him dress down people on Twitter constantly.
In reply to stuff that they've said.
I've seen him call out things before.
Like what?
I'm actually looking through his Twitter now and trying to find...
He does say paparazzi, but I can understand that.
Oh, well, everyone does. But also, sorry, Wil Wheaton, you're somewhat famous, so you have to deal with that.
He's also super liberal, so you'll see him.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Other than that, I don't think he's really too abrasive.
Well, let me look up Wil Wheaton as a dick on the internet, and I bet there's a website dedicated to
There
it.
probably is. I bet there's a website like that for pretty much everybody who's semi-famous on the internet.
Let's see here. War erupts on Twitter between Wil Wheaton and game politics.
Oh, wow.
Let's see here. I was just being a dick to... I don't even know. That Twitter fight is too hard to go through, but I don't know. He just comes off...
Sounds like me that you're being a little prejudgy.
there was something
maybe you're
I read.
coming off as a bit of it's something you read.
From his Twitter.
All right. So you follow him on Twitter?
No. But I saw something brought up.
I don't know. I don't know how well this is holding up.
I don't know.
I like Wil Wheaton, even if he is a dick. Whatever.
Well, I think that it's hard to live by the motto, don't be a dick, if you're on the internet. I think it's a great law to have, and it's actually exactly the same as the law I came up with. Which is, remember that, Adam? When I came up with the one law of the world, and that is don't be a dick, and I will be the one judge of the world, and anything could be solved by me hearing the story and being, if someone's being a dick, they lose.
That sounds like you, but I don't remember the exact time that you said that.
I don't hate him. I just sometimes there's just something about the guy. He comes off. I don't know whether it's smarmy, self-involved, something.
He's a little hipstery, but I mean you're gonna have that. He lives in L.A. What do you expect? He's a nerd in L.A. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be a little hipster.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So I can't. I can't.
Yeah, you're looking for something to slam him on, but you can't find anything.
It's the way he comes off.
That's fine. You don't have to like Wil Wheaton. I'm just saying that I do. I don't think he's a dick.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to find
I win again. I win on Kickstarter. I win on Wil Wheaton.
You don't win on Kickstarter. Are you kidding?
I totally do. Yeah.
There's no winning or losing to this.
Oh, there's winning. There's always winning.
I don't know. Oh, Wil Wheaton. But anyway.
So, you think Kickstarter is a double for no reason, and then what's next?
What? Oh, I've got another thing that you're probably going to disagree with then.
Yeah, I think so. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up Wil Wheaton shit, goddammit.
You're not going to find anything. Even if you find something at this point, you've been through enough stuff and not found out dickish stuff that the one or two things that you find are probably not going to be an example of him as a whole. Everybody has bad days. I can't believe you're sitting here on the podcast just fucking staring through Wil Wheaton tweets.
That's because he's awful.
You're horrible. You're digging so hard into somebody's fucking social public life just to find something you can call him a dick about.
I'm kidding. I don't know. I guess what I don't like about him is what I don't like about a lot of that Geek and Sundry stuff is that, like, it's like, we're nerds, but we're cool. And it's like, okay.
What's wrong with that? I'm a nerd. I'm cool.
I don't like that.
You don't like me? I'm a nerd. I'm cool.
No, but it's just I kind of don't like the whole, like, trendy nerd.
Oh, I see. You're a self-hating nerd. That's what it is.
No, I'm a nerd, but I'm not trendy. I don't try and act like I'm fucking trendy. I guess I hate the hipster nerd movement that's going on.
I think you're more hipster because of that. Because you hit the...
Are you saying I'm out dodging the hipster nerd thing? It's like,
exactly.
I was already lame before it was cool to be lame.
Exactly.
That's very possible. But no, I don't know. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. It makes my just stomach boil.
I don't know. I think it's good.
I think it's lame. I don't know.
I prefer nerds to be seen as cool. Anything that shows them as being cool, as opposed to something to be ashamed of.
I have a question. Did you watch the IT Crowd finale?
No, I didn't know that came out. Did it?
Stealthily released. It's on Hulu.
Is it?
Watch it.
I will watch it.
It's an hour-long episode, and it's the end of the show.
I love IT Crowd, so I will definitely watch that.
And it's amazing as usual. It's actually really fucking good, and I loved it. And I'm really sad the show's gone, but
yeah, me too.
That was amazing.
Everybody got too popular.
That's right, they got too cool. All right. No, my final rant before we move on to TOB in the wait, what was the name? What was our fucking acronym?
BWTCCTW.
Bi-weekly, the Criterion Collection
of the Week.
Theater.
Oh, theater. That's what it was. T.
BWTCCT.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, before we get to that, one other thing I wanted to rant about, because I got so many rants that I emailed you, and I can save a bunch of these for next week, but let's talk about...
What grinds your gears, John?
What grinds my gears? Trendy mailbox subscriptions.
Trendy mailbox.
Trendy mail box, in quotes, subscriptions.
Okay. I'm not sure I actually saw this one. What is this?
Okay, so, por exemplar, naturebox. Have you heard of naturebox?
No.
All right, so it's something that I think is kind of blown up on podcasts, because I hear every other podcast and their mother talking about naturebox. So it's kind of a subscription service. I'm gonna look up their website so that they can defend themselves on their website. So it's like a snack service. Mm-hmm. So every month you subscribe to naturebox and they send you a bunch of healthy snacks.
Okay.
Like dried pear pieces, sesame sticks. You pick what kind of snacks are your favorites, and they'll send you a mix. So if you pay for the subscription, each month you get 5 packages of snack bags, $20 a month.
All right. Seems a little overpriced, but
It's ridiculously overpriced. These are 5-ounce packages.
Okay.
So 25 ounces of fucking Trader Joe's repackaged stuff for $20. I mean, it is insane how expensive this is. And it seems to be something that like is going on, I guess, really big. Now seems to be all of these. There's Bark Box, where every month you get sent dog treats, toys, and snacks that you pay for every month. There is probably the most egregious offender to me is probably naturebox, because it's ridiculously overpriced food. And I don't know. I mean, it just, all of this, there's something about the world now that I really hate. And that is that, and it comes down to this, and that's maybe why I hate Wil Wheaton and his type, is that there are these people that take something that has already existed and then, like, try and make it trendy. Like we've got healthy food. Like, these naturebox, like, type snacks have existed for decades. You know, you get fucking dried apple slices. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But this is like trendy, and the box says discover, delight, nourish, enjoy, wholesome snacks delivered to your door. Together we fight hunger, because for every box they donate meals and shit. And it's like I don't know. It's the TED syndrome. It's the TED Talk syndrome, where people get their gratification not from volunteering to help at a soup kitchen, but to paying for something that makes them feel good about themselves. It's slacktivism. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's the whole concept of, if I share this fucking photo on Facebook of this one guy, I'm doing something to help the world. You know what I mean? When people aren't actually spending their time helping.
I guess.
It's a big problem. I'm really blowing up naturebox here with a fucking huge theory and rant over the world today.
I suppose. I don't know.
I just saw this trendy fucking bullshit I hate. And it's all fads. You got your Bark Box, you got your Nature Box. There's a thing called Loot Crate. Heard of Loot Crate?
No, I haven't.
It's a monthly Geek and Gamer subscription box for $13.37 a month.
Oh.
Plus shipping and handling. You get a box of shit that you get for free at PAX. I mean, so if you look at Loot Crate's website, it's you pay like whatever, probably $20 a month with the shipping.
Yeah.
You get like this new box that's coming out, or the March crate, the most recent one. A Titanfall t-shirt, Attack on Titan manga, the first issue, a lanyard for Titanfall, Attack on Titan Scouting Regiment wristband,
Ooh,
a
cool.
Titanfall magnet, and the strategy guide for Titanfall.
I see.
$20 for that. Bunch of shit that I don't need. I guess,
I don't know. I just don't see the point in caring that much about them, I guess.
I'm
Like,
sorry, I gotta care about something.
I wouldn't maybe purchase these things, but whatever. If people want to do that, they spend their money however
seems
they
like
want.
a waste of money and time.
Yeah, but that's their money and time to waste. Who cares?
That's true. This is America.
Exactly.
People are
Come
allowed
on,
to-
Stalin.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to buy these things for themselves. What I'm saying is, I'm saying that people, listen to me. I'm on my soapbox right now.
Okay.
Think about things before you buy them. Do you need these? Do you need NatureBox to send you a cardboard box with 5 individually wrapped plastic, destroying the environment, plastic fucking bags of tiny snacks that are artisanal and bullshit from fucking halfway across the country, burning gas to get to your door? Or could you go to your Cops, or your local grocery store, go to the bulk section and get the goddamn fucking granola mix that's the same shit you're buying for like $2? It's just mind-blowing how, like, the world is turning into this dystopia where people get shit sent to their doors when they could walk outside and go to a grocery store and get it.
Oh, you're such a hippie. I welcome that dystopia because I don't ever want to leave my house.
The world's
or
imploded
go
on
places.
itself. I hate hipsters so much. Ugh. And that makes me a hipster.
I was gonna
because
say
I hate hipsters.
Exactly, you're a hipster.
I know. That's the worst part, is that now I'm a hipster.
Yeah.
I'm a proto-hipster. Yeah. Anyway, all right. I don't want to rant too much more. I'll save some rants for the next podcast. But that's what grinded my gears.
All right.
Because we don't got Lance to get his gears grinded anymore. It's got to be me. Because fucking, you're happy-go-lucky Southern California over there. Laying on the beach, the chaise lounge, letting the rays hit you.
Yep, enjoying the
you don't want
fluorescent rays.
All right, but it's time for the BWTCCT.
Da-da-da-da. Wait, that sounded like Indiana Jones. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah, come on, that's copyrighted shit, man. We got to pay him now. We got to pay George Lucas.
Ah, that guy. I want to pay him.
Actually, I don't know if we have to pay him. Maybe it would be John Williams.
Probably.
Who is
actually
still alive.
I was going to say it's probably Disney now, actually.
Yeah, it's true. No, Disney didn't buy the rights to that, did they?
Oh, no, well, they have the Lucasfilm, didn't they?
No, they bought Star Wars.
I thought they bought Lucas. Are you really? Okay. They bought the studio. Like the
I
game
don't know.
studio.
I'm looking this up right now because we live in a technology world.
That's true. We do.
Who owns the rights to Indiana Jones? Holy fucking shit. Disney took the rights.
That's what I thought. They bought Lucasfilm and all the movies involved.
Fuck!
Yeah.
There's gonna be Mickey's fucking Temple of Doom coming out.
I hope it. You know what I actually hope? I hope it makes the new Kingdom Hearts games cooler.
That would be kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah, get some like Darth Vader in there. That'd be awesome.
Oh my god. Alright. But it's time for the BWTCCT. Throne of Blood was your assignment. Adam, did you complete your assignment?
I did.
I did too, right before we recorded, because...
I was going to say, actually, I did it last week, and I kind of wish I had seen it more recently.
That's alright.
But
I have, so I can remember things that you didn't remember.
Good.
Alright, so we've all seen Throne of Blood. All of the people that are listening have seen it, obviously, because they listen to us. But if you haven't, let's go through the plot of Throne of Blood real quick.
Okay.
Well, I got the plot here.
It's Macbeth.
So it's loosely based on Macbeth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of plot. The plot has a lot of similarities and there are a lot of beats that are similar, but it is significantly different in scope.
Well, yeah, but the actual plot is almost
the main
exactly.
storyline is almost exactly Macbeth, the Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
All right, so
and by the way, I fucking refuse to call it the Scottish play or all this other superstitious bullshit.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's bullshit.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
That's right. Fuck all you theater people. They're superstitious.
Yes.
Macbeth. Put this on... Okay, I want some child to do this. Maybe not a child. I say child and I mean college student. Because I
Getting
call
old.
college students children. Basically, I'm already fucking almost 5 years away from it, so... wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm already
realize
almost
how-
8 years away from it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right. Generals. Okay, now I want them... All right, get your fucking iPhone on speaker or your iPod or your fucking Loot Crate iPod speaker bullshit that I'm sure you got. And fucking... I'm turning into an old man as we talk.
You are. I think there's some kids on your lawn, John. You might
I
want
know.
to check
There
outside.
are kids on my goddamn lawn. They were loud as fuck today. Anyway, I wanted to yell at them, but then I didn't want to be that guy. So, all right, ready? Ready? Get your speakers on loud so everyone in the theater can hear it. Macbeth! 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 You're all cursed. There we go.
Yeah.
So I've cursed anyone listening to this on the stage.
And then watch the chaos unfold. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
That's right. All right. Plot of this movie, just for those who haven't seen it or don't know Macbeth very well. So, Toshiro Mifune plays Wazishu. Wazishu? Is that
Yeah,
how you
sure.
pronounce? Something like that. Anyway, he plays a commander under a local lord. They're battling, and Miki, his friend, and him both do well in the battle, and they kind of win their battles, and they're being brought back to the commander for their reward. You know, like, hey, we're going back to the castle to get, a hero's welcome.
Yep.
On the way, they go through a thick forest surrounding the spiderweb castle, and this forest is very mystical in the fact that it's kind of what makes that castle impenetrable, because the forest is just a tangled maze.
Yeah.
So they get lost in the maze, and they meet an evil spirit that says that Wazishu, or, oh god, I really wish I had a pronunciation guide for that, because I'm going to mispronounce it.
What is it? How's it spelled?
Washizu.
Washizu.
Washizu, thank you. I can't even say it. Washizu. Wow, that's weird. I'm having trouble. I'm drunk on Gatorade. Washizu. Oh my god. We're going to call
Wow.
him W.
Mr. W.
So Mr. W, he is prophesied to be named Master of the North Castle, and that Miki will command Fort 1, the very first fort of their fortress brigade. And then she says that Washizu, there we go, will eventually become the Lord of Forest Castle, the Spider Fortress.
Spiderweb Castle.
Spiderweb Castle, and that Miki's son will become, eventually in the future, also become Lord of the Castle. So they return, and the spirit was right. Washizu is made like the commander of like the Northern Brigade, and Miki becomes the I guess
First fortress
the
commander.
Lord of the first castle.
Yeah. First fortress commander, I think. That's what it is.
So it's crazy. So there's some time that goes by where Shizu talks to his wife, who people remember as Lady Macbeth, but she's Asagi in the movie. And she manipulates him into making the second part of the prophecy come true by casting doubts on the Lord's loyalty to him, saying, oh, he's just going to use this as an excuse to off you, and, because Miki told him what the forest spirit said, and he's going to be thinking you're going to take over for him, so he wants to off you when he can, because being the Lord of Spider Castle would mean that the current Lord's gone, so that can't be a good thing.
We should also say that there's kind of a war going on in the background too, from this other Lord who's trying to attack the Great Lord, and as part of the thing, like, the Great Lord comes in and he makes Washizu like the vanguard guy.
Yep. Yeah, oh yes, and he's like, oh, and I'm going to have you, since you're so good at combat,
Yep.
you're going to be the frontline general,
Yep.
and you're going to lead us to victory like you did before.
And Mickey's gonna watch the castle.
Yep.
while you're
He's
gone.
going to be watching Spiderweb Castle, because I trust him. And it's like, He's like, don't you see? He trusts me, he trusts Miki. It's all good, Like, he trusts us both, and I'll eventually get, promoted to take his over for him, in the future, whatever. And his wife, of course, is like, no, he's putting you on the front lines to get killed.
Yeah.
Miki told him that's why he's at the castle, and you're out in the front lines where arrows are going to hit you, which will come into play later. And possibly one of the best endings of a movie ever.
Yeah, totally.
One of the greatest end scenes in a movie of all time, actually. So anyway, she gins up a way to murder the Lord in his sleep. They put the guards to sleep with drugged sake, and he goes in and murders him. And my God, is Toshiro Mifune an amazing actor?
He is.
Although he is so good in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really incredible.
There's a really good quote, actually, that Kurosawa said about Toshiro Mifune. Let me get the exact quote that he said. I don't know if I have it on here, but I'll just have to paraphrase it then. But before they had a falling out, Kurosawa said, here we go. Mifune had a kind of talent I never encountered before in the Japanese film world. It was, above all, the speed with which he expressed himself was astounding. The ordinary Japanese actor might need 10 feet of film to get across an impression. Mifune would only need 3. The speed of his movements was such that he said in a single action what took ordinary actors 3 separate movements to express. He put forth everything directly and boldly, and his sense of timing was the keenest I had ever seen in an actor. And yet with all his quickness, he also had surprisingly fine subtleties.
Yeah. And I was going to mention, I don't know, I was going to mention at some point, but like, I think it's the moment when she hands him, like, the guard's spear.
Yep.
They show his face, and he goes through, like, 3 emotions so fast.
And you can see the turmoil in his
I know.
face.
You can just see, like, no.
This is
and
his
then, like,
lord he's been loyal to.
Yeah.
But she's kind of right, and he doesn't want to get fucked over.
You can see all of, like, what's going through his mind on his face, and, like, then suddenly, like, the twist where he's like, all right.
I got to do this.
Yeah. It's just, that's one of the parts that really stuck out to me.
I love that moment, too.
It's great.
He comes back from killing the Lord, and he just sits there. Bloody spear in hand, hands covered with blood.
Yeah.
Not able to move. She has to pry the spear out of his hands, and wash his hands off, and then put the spear, in the hands of one of the guards, so it looks like one of the guards murdered him. And then she calls out, someone got in, intruders, and then he, like, snaps to action.
He's catatonic before that, basically. He's just sitting there completely, like, lost at what he's done until she starts screaming the alarm and he realizes, oh shit, I've got to get back into this or else.
So they're successful, and then there's kind of a chase as the Lord's son and one of his other top advisors kind of race back to Spiderweb Castle to warn them of the betrayal that they assume, correctly, that Washizu had done. But they get to the castle and they're rebuffed by Miki, because he trusts his friend.
And
Washizu.
arrows.
They arrow the crap out of those guys and they have to run away. Washizu comes back with the corpse of the Lord in a coffin. They're going to bury him, and he's brought in, and Miki's like, we're going to make you the Lord because, who better than you to succeed, our Lord. And,
so it kind of goes back to the war again because I think he's the only one who could possibly stand against the
he's the best
now.
fighter, and his group are the strongest fighters they have. So who better to defend the castle than the best people? And so, of course, he is like, well, then if I'm going to be that, my wife and we can't have a child. So your son will be heir, just like the prophecy said. I'll make him my heir. And so it's all good. But Asagi, of course, says that she's pregnant. And says that Miki can't be the heir, that son can't be the heir because he's plotting against you. He's just going to come to this banquet and murder you. And it turns out that, you find out that Miki doesn't show up at the banquet because he's been murdered. Assuming, they don't really go into it, but I'm assuming that It was ordered by, yeah.
No, they do handle it. Washizu sent the guy to kill him.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Because the guy comes back later on, having failed.
Yeah. Well, no, he
And-
killed
Well,
Miki, but not his son. His
exactly.
son got away.
He killed Miki, but the son got away. And is punished for letting him get away.
Yeah. So they have a banquet. Washizu drinks a lot of sake and gets pretty agitated. And he thinks he sees Miki's ghost sitting at his empty spot.
Yeah.
And he begins to panic, and he yells out, this is amazing, "I'll slay you a second time," in front of
Right.
everyone. And it's like, what? And he, pulls out his sword and strikes at the air crazily, thinking he's there. And, his wife's like, oh, he's just drunk, everyone go away. He's obviously in a state because of our dead lord, So then it turns out Asagi miscarries.
Yeah.
That's sad. And then, in dire need of help with the impending battle with his foes, he returns to summon the spirit in the forest. And the spirit tells him that he won't be defeated unless the very trees of the forest rise against the castle.
Yeah.
Of course, this is impossible. They're trees. They can't fight us. And so he goes back and he says, it doesn't matter that, Miki's son and all these other guys have teamed up with our enemies and are coming to take the castle from us. But because we can't be defeated, because this spirit that's already prophesied all these things that are happened said that we can't be defeated unless trees attack us. Haha. Of course, yeah. He comes back and finds Asagi, his wife, in a catatonic state, unable to wash blood from her hands that mysteriously sticks around. Earlier in the movie, at the North Garrison, there is the room that's blood-stained that he's in.
Yeah.
Because someone in the past a traitor had taken his own life in that room, and the blood was unable to be scrubbed clean. It was this kind of a spooky place.
Yeah, a little bit of foreshadowing.
And of course, that's the room where his first betrayal is thought up in.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's going crazy, and they said they're attacking us, and so they can't attack us. We have the best, we're way above them and everything. And he rallies his troops and they cheer. They're like, yes, we're the best. We can fight anyone. And then, of course, people panic and say that the trees are attacking us. And the prophecy's coming true. And he looks out, and sure enough, you see trees moving in the mists. And it looks like they're coming towards the castle, and everyone is freaking out. He says, never mind. Attack, attack. He's at the top of the battlements, and his troops don't do anything. And this is the beginning of one of the coolest scenes in a movie ever.
Yeah.
And arrows fly at Washizu, and his own men are shooting at him. And they're calling him a traitor because they've, figured it out. And they begin, and there's an amazing scene where he's just running around with arrows shooting at him. He gets hit by a whole bunch of arrows. Eventually, he gets shot through the neck. In a pretty gruesome scene.
Yeah.
And he's just, Mifune is just doing his Mifune and raving around, flailing, dying. And such an epic shot, though, where he stumbles down, arrow through the neck in front of everyone, and they all run away and back up. This man that's been stuck, 20 times with arrows is still standing.
Yeah.
And he reaches for his sword and tries to draw it out, and collapses in front of everyone, dead. It's such an awesome death scene.
It is. It's probably one of the best death scenes I've ever
It's
seen.
so good, and it's just such that movie. And then, of course, you find out the trees were moving because the forces outside were using the trees for cover. They had cut down the trees,
branches
branches and smaller trees to cover themselves from the arrows they were expecting to rain down on them. So it looks like the forest is moving forward, when in fact it's just a bunch of people with trees on carts that they're hiding behind. It's pretty amazing, actually. Well, I love that ending too, because you're just like, oh my god, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's got to be in my top 20.
It really is a good movie.
Isn't
And I
it
think
good?
It is.
It's spectacular.
I think I liked it a little bit more than Rashomon. Although Rashomon was a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
isn't as deep with plot. It's just
Yeah.
much more of an action-y movie.
But yeah, it was really well shot. There's those moments that like you said with the spear, where you see all the emotions on his face and him in the hall swiping at the ghost, and you can just see the madness slowly creep into him.
Yeah, Mifune is the only actor that can do this.
Yeah. Another one of the scenes that I love so much is when he goes back to see the spirit for the second time.
Yep.
And he loses information. He's just, the spirit's like, so you'll continue on, if you continue on this path, you'll just follow the path of blood. And he's like, yes, that's the path I want to take. He's like, I'll pile up corpses.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stand atop a pile of corpses to get through this. Mm-hmm. And he's just talking about how, like, evil he'll become in order to, keep his power and how paranoid he's gotten. It's just a really cool transformation from this super loyal guy to insanity and paranoia.
Yeah, it's incredible. If you actually watch the movie, it's so the way it was shot was, and Kurosawa said this was an extremely difficult film to make.
I bet.
Because of the enormity of the sets and the battle sequences. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did it on the slope of Mount Fuji because they wanted a giant mountain that he wanted, and they wanted it to be foggy, and they needed lots of fog for the film, so they spent a lot of time.
There was a lot of fog in the film.
Yeah, with fog machines, clearing the ground, building the set, and it just was. They said it was exhausting because they were on the, they're on the slope of a mountain, where they're filming most of the outdoor stuff. Here's an interesting note that's going to blow your mind and make you more of a Mifune as a badass fan. Washizu's famous death scene, in which his own Arthurs turn upon him and fill his body with arrows, was performed with real arrows.
No fucking way.
A choice made to help Mifune produce realistic facial expressions of fear. The arrows seen to impact the wooden walls were not superimposed or faked by special effects, but instead shot by choreographed archers.
Oh my god.
During filming, Mifune waves his arms, ostensibly because the character is trying to brush away the arrows. This indicated to archers in which direction he was about to move.
Oh my god.
So they filmed that live with live archers.
Holy
of course,
shit.
Of course, the arrows that hit him were stunts, but
Yeah.
the arrows hitting the walls around him were choreographed, and that is incredible.
People.
You could never do that now.
But I mean, if people actually watch this scene, like audio does not cover how insane this is because they come so close to him, and there are so many,
And there's
and they
it's
are
like
all
20 arrows just hit next to him.
are all around him. I could not believe that's the case. That is insane.
Yeah, and I think that Throne of Blood is definitely the movie to show off. Both the Kurosawa Mifune pairing, and to show Mifune's acting skills. I mean,
and there's got to be some, I imagine, probably difficult special effects in there too for that period of time. Mm-hmm. With the ghosts and all the evil spirit stuff and like stuff just appearing and disappearing.
Yeah, the movie's beautiful and it's so well shot too. The moment when he first sees the spirit, and the spirit disappears and they kind of run into his little shack. Yeah. And he's gone, and they run past the shack out the back door, and he's fled. And they turn around, and the shack's gone. The camera moves; it's one shot,
right,
and then pulls back, and the shack is gone. Obviously, once the camera moved through it, they had some people tear it down quickly. But then when you come back, it's really kind of cool how that looks. It's like, oh my god!
I noticed that too, and I noticed it was a single shot, and I was like, wow, that's impressive.
They did some really cool stuff, and
definitely.
A lot of the way the movie is framed is really gorgeous. Like the death scene is just perfectly put up, where he moves from close to the camera to pretty far away, and then just falls forward. Is incredible how it's shot, and that it's an awesome movie. And if you're a fan of Shakespeare, or if you're a fan of Japanese samurai history kind of stuff, it's a great movie because it really puts it all, around. And
I think it's longer than Rashomon, but it feels tighter too.
Yeah, it's a little under 2 hours.
I will say, there are a couple scenes that I might have edited nowadays with modern sensibilities. There's one scene where they're like coming out of the fog thing for the first time out of the forest, and it's just like it's like 3 minutes long. They're just like fucking riding out of fog, and I'm like, really, Kurosawa? Did you need all that fog riding footage?
Well, Kurosawa's always had a thing for
I know,
for landscape shots and specifically weather. With Rashomon, there's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
In this movie, there's also the trademark Kurosawa rain. That's something you'll notice, as he likes to use rain a lot in movies and water. And the fog was kind of the rain of this movie. He wanted a lot of fog. He wanted a foggy battlefield. And he did a great job. But, so, overall, great movie.
Yeah,
that gets
totally
that gets 5 out of 5.
Totally, yeah. It's a great one.
All right. So, do you know... Okay, before we finish, I just want to go into a little bit of... So, Mifune and Kurosawa, kind of a pairing that's, akin to a Samuel Jackson and... what's his name? Quentin Tarantino,
Yeah.
An actor that Kurosawa loved to use in his movies. I mean, he was in Rashomon, Seven Samurai, Throne of Blood... Yojimbo. He was in 16 of Kurosawa. No, was it 16 of Kurosawa's films? Drunken Angel, Stray Dog. Very, very many of Kurosawa's films he was in. But Kurosawa and Mifune had a very extraordinary falling out after the movie Redbeard, which is also in the Criterion Collection. So Redbeard was filmed in, what year was it? 1960 maybe? 1965. So Mifune and him have been working together for quite a while,
At least 15 years.
Yeah, I guess a better example would be kind of Werner Herzog and Klaus Kinski. We'll have to watch one of those movies in the Criterion Collection too. There's some good ones there, but... it was his muse, basically. He talks about how he made Throne of Blood because he knew Mifune was the only one that could do it.
Yeah.
He was like, this is his guy. This is this character.
Yeah.
And he was that for him. But Redbeard, they had some falling out. I guess maybe they had some falling out on the other side. Mifune had to grow a natural long beard for the movie. One that he had to keep for the entirety of the film's 2 years of shooting. He had to have a beard, which made him unable to act in other films because he needed this natural beard. And he was having some money issues, and he wanted to do other movies, but he was dedicated to the project. And the movie did very well, and so he made some money off of that, but it kind of was the end of their friendship because I guess that had soured him with that. Kurosawa kind of fell off after that movie.
Yeah.
He made some good movies after that are very popular and we'll probably end up watching too. But Mifune went on to do, Rebellion, Samurai Assassin. He did the Samurai trilogy. He did all these samurai war films that were super popular. Whereas Kurosawa kind of slowed down making movies. In the 50s and 60s, he was making a movie every other year. And 16 Kurosawa Mifune films. Yeah. There you go. Drunken Angel, Stray Dog, Rashomon, Seven Samurai, Hidden Fortress, High and Low, Throne of Blood, Yojimbo, Sanjuro, Redbeard. Quite a few. Holy cow. But they kind of had a falling out. And it's kind of interesting when you think about it because, these two were so close together and they started, talking shit about each other. Kurosawa started making derisive remarks about Mifune being in the television show Shogun. He started talking things about how Mifune wasn't a good actor. Started making. But then he also admitted in an interview that all of the films I made with Mifune, without him, they wouldn't exist. He was the movie. But they kind of never really talked to each other.
That's sad.
Well, they finally made something of a reconciliation in 1993 at a funeral of a mutual friend. After making tenuous eye contact, they tearfully embraced one another, ending nearly 3 decades of avoidance.
Wow.
They never collaborated again, nor did they have a chance to restore their friendship fully, as both died within a year of each other.
Mm.
So I suppose it's kind of happy is that in the end, they were at least somehow able to, get back together. But I mean, this is a friendship that went from, the mid 40s all the way up to the mid 60s. I mean, 20 years of working close together, starring in movies, directing movies, to,
Man, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can be that close to somebody for that amount of time and then, I don't know, weird.
It is crazy, and that's a really public falling out they had that was just sad because you had this director that made these like cinema defining and changing films. Like he changed movies.
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
directly affected movies in America and across the world, when he made movies, but and the guy that helped him create such an amazing style, they fell apart in the end, and it's sad. But I guess it is kind of nice that they, according to that, maybe didn't all the way become friends, but somehow turned back a little bit at the end of their life.
There.
Yeah. And it's sad, but good job. It's a good movie.
Totally.
Yeah. There's plenty more we're going to have to watch of Kurosawa. But the next movie in the BWTCCT, did I tell you what it was going to be before we recorded?
No, I don't think you did.
All right, I've got it. I want to watch Solaris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the new one.
No. I know.
The 1972 Tarkovsky movie.
Yeah. I think I've almost watched that a bunch of times, actually. So
a psychologist is sent to a station orbiting a distant planet in order to discover what has caused the crew to go insane. It's supposedly like one of those great movies of all time type science fiction movies. Let's see here. It was nominated for the Palme d'Or in the Cannes Film Festival, and so one of those classics.
Super sci-fi.
Super sci-fi, if you will, yeah. But yeah, it looks really cool, and I want to see it. Where's this film from? Is it Russian? Where is
Tarkovsky sounds Russian.
Oh, I gotta look it up now. But well, that's you want to listen to that. 2 weeks you got. That's it.
Totes my goats.
I'm dying. Oh my god, I need more fucking Gatorade. All right.
G1.
1972 Russia. Yep. Made in
Cool.
Russia. Russian movies.
Is it in Russian or?
I think so, yeah.
So we got subtitles.
Yep. Again, as always.
Yep.
As will be for pretty much all of our selections in the BWTCCT.
Probably.
All right. But I think that's it for the show.
Yeah, I think that covers it.
All right. Well, as always, you can send comments, questions, concerns. If you have any tips, tidbits, questions about Solaris, you got 2 weeks to figure that out. And then we can talk about that on the episode. You can go to the website bornintheeighties.net, send comments there, or email us at bitecast@gmail.com. And as always, you can subscribe on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. I won't say, give us a rating, what you want or what you like, but just give us a 5-star. We deserve it, damn it. How else can I rant if I'm not fueled by 5-star ratings? All right, well, that's it. Adam, you got any final words of justice or words of clarity or something?
Oh, audibletrial.com /little podcast. I was actually going to mention that because I finished reading Ready Player One.
Yep.
And I have been just waiting and waiting for that credit to pop up again.
I know.
So I get another one.
I know.
And I think I'm gonna go with Brave New World because I have not read it. And
That's a good one. I have a book suggestion as well. I just completed this audiobook on Audible. Reamd.
What?
REAMDE. Reamd. It's
Okay.
it's Read Me spelled incorrectly.
I see.
But it's by Neil Stephenson, and it's an amazing book, and it's really good. And just look it up, and you'll want to read it.
Cool.
And I loved it. And
Awesome.
that's it. Adam,
right.
final word?
Until next week, y'all. Have fun. Do it up.
Okay.
Do it up.
Doing
Do it
dying.
up. Do it die.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm recording now, so we're ready.
Okay.
All right. Let's go fly a kite
Up
to
to
the
the highest height.
Yeah. All right. Ready to count up? I don't want to do the claps anymore.
Is that from Mary Poppins?
Yeah, the claps are useless. The counting is the best way to do this.
Cool.
Especially since if we do it at the beginning and end, then I know like exactly how they line up and how many seconds it isn't.
Good.
Last one was way not lined up, and I have no fucking clue.
It
But I
seems
listened through
random.
the whole thing, and it sounds fine, and I just was cutting like little tenths of a second every once and again to get it to line up.
Really?
That's fucking weird. I don't know. Whatever.
That is weird.
That one time it was perfect.
I don't know what the deal is. I'm not doing anything different as far as I can tell.
All right. Yeah, same here. All right. Adam, you're dumb.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't handle you. You're just so dumb. I hate it.
What's that?
I don't know, your stupid face.
Guess.
Yeah, I know. It's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Time. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When are you gonna go?
Not for me, but
Not for you. Everything's for you.
alright.
Well, Jesus, you're so dumb.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Kurosawa until,
Oh, is he your new boyfriend?
because I have not seen very many Kurosawa movies. So
Oh, I didn't realize he was into making pictures. Something you like? Something you're into there, Hammy boy?
uh-huh.
I knew it. I knew it. You like making pictures with your Asian boyfriends.
Boom, boom.
All right, that's enough singing, Adam. Don't change the subject.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Stick to it.
No.
Okay, now if you're gonna try and sing, well, I'm trying to help you here.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Adam, seriously, we're having a discussion.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da.
You're just making yourself laugh.
Da-da-da.
Can we talk, please? Seriously?
What?
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm here because of your addiction.
Oh, God. No.
I know, you don't want to talk about it, but that's the way things are.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
nice.
Yep.
Something like that in Guild Wars 2 as well. Like, engineers have, like, maintenance oil, and they make oils of
Adam,
various types.
Guild Wars 2 isn't the problem. You're the problem.
Guess not. That reminds me, there was the WildStar beta this week.
Adam, talking about video games isn't going to change the fact
really?
that you need help. That's just the way
It's not the same as, like, your Guild Wars 2 one, which I found out very quickly. Even though I had to sign up for a new one.
Okay, now if I'll sign up for this, will you stop?
I thought I did too, but apparently it's only like for those 4 games that they list on that page. They have, I don't know, it was weird. I had to sign up for a new one. I did, and I tried it
It was
a
good.
little bit, not much, like for an hour.
You didn't get an impression.
Barely enough time to get through the tutorial thing.
Oh well, good. You were too addicted to.
It seemed cool. I like the art style is really cool, and the classes seem fairly cool.
Yeah.
but I haven't really had a chance to do
Well,
anything.
exactly because you were
Probably
addicted.
won't before it
You were
ends.
you were addicted to black tar heroin, and that's why I've been having this intervention to stop you from killing.
Of course.
Yes, from killing
I've
yourself.
been recording for a while now, so
I know we're recording this. Your intervention, Adam.
oh fuck.
Yeah, I know.
So you got a one-sided phenomena.
No,
I'm about to delete that and restart again.
no, you can't. This is your life.
It's one-sided. It's not even.
You'll never be cured unless I finish this conversation with you.
I'll just sound retarded. is
Yeah,
all.
you do, because you're addicted to a
Crack.